Right, so let's start. We'll start the webinar now. So good evening, everybody. I'm Sakshi Verma, an alumnus of Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. And today we are here for the Global Network Project for University of Tokyo India Office. This project aimed to attract students primarily from Southeast Asia to encourage them to pursue their higher studies in Japan. This program is sponsored by MEXT, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology in Japan. In today's webinar, we've been joined by a couple of renowned universities in Japan. Each of these universities will give a 20 minutes presentation about their programs offered at undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral levels, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. Students can feel free to ask the questions in the Q&A box and not on the chat box. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation, and we will collect these and address them during our Q&A session at the end of each presentation. So please be sure to make a good use of Q&A box to submit your queries. I repeat, kindly use the Q&A box and not the chat box. And I also request all the panelists to please make sure that your videos and cameras and audios are turned off while you're not presenting. Also, we will send in a questionnaire right now in the chat box, and it will only take 3 minutes. So I request all of the participants to fill in the form. So let me share the agenda for today. I hope you can see my screen. So first up, we have this is a 2 hours presentation session. So first up, we have Ms. Sakshi, Assistant Manager of its University of Tokyo India Office, and she will be introducing briefly about this project. Second, we have the presentation by Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, followed by Tokyo International University, University of Tsukuba, and last, International University of Japan. And like I said, the total presentation time will be 20 minutes. So Ms. Sakshi, would you like to give us a brief introduction about this project?
Thank you, Ms. Sakshi. I'll just go ahead and share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this webinar, Study and Work in Japan, Session 3. My name is Sakshi. I'm this program sponsored by MEXT, Japan's Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports and Technology, and is hosted by the University of Tokyo India Office. So first of all, before giving you a brief information about this project and our office, I would like to thank all of you. It's my pleasure to thank all our expert panel members from prestigious Japanese universities who attend and contributed to this webinar series. And I would like to thank all of you for your time and support. Thank you very much. We are the part of Study in Japan project in Southwest Asia by MEXT, and we provide comprehensive information on Japanese universities. In order to increase awareness of higher education opportunities in Japan, we organize education and seminars throughout India. Because of pandemic, our office is holding this activity online via Zoom webinars from last year. So today we are here for session 3. We already had completed 2 sessions of Study and Work in Japan webinar series. And these webinars are planned to introduce you to some of the best universities. Today we are joined by representatives from 3 private universities and 1 public university. Today in this online session, all the universities will be discussing English-based programs. So in Japan, there has been approximately 700 plus institutions. Also,
I see. I think Sakshi-san, there might be some internet problem with Sakshi-san, so maybe we'll just wait for a while for her to join back.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got disconnected.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll just reshare my screen.
Sure, Sakshi-san, no worries.
My screen is my screen visible now?
Actually, there is a network problem, so we are unable to hear your voice and unable to see the screen.
Is it okay now?
Okay, Sakshi-san, can you share the screen again?
I've shared my screen.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we cannot. I think probably it's some kind of network issue, so we cannot hear it properly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, no worries.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, no worries. I think we have lost Sakshi-san. It's okay. We can actually present regarding this program in the last part or little bit, the last part of our presentation for today. So I think probably we can move on to our next round of presentation. So let me share my screen. Okay, so now we have the presentation by Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. And to present this university, we have Miss Yamamoto Ai, who is the admissions counselor, and Miss Katimani Vaishnavi Mohan Kumar, who is a current APU student from India. So Miss Yamamoto-san, would you like to share your screen, please?
Sure.
Okay.
はい、バイシナビさん、カメラオンでお願いします。はい。Can you see the screen?
Yes, Yamamoto-san, we can see the screen.
Okay. So, मेरा नाम आई है from Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, and I have Vaishnavi with me, a current student from our university today. She will also talk about her experience and why she chose APU. So I hope we can give you the idea of the unique and exciting career path. Right, so we are Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. We call it APU in short. Though we are Japanese university in Japan, our students look like this. So various faces, races, and colors. I would like to show a short movie with you. Let's see if I can show it nicely. 音聞こえるかな？聞こえてますか？
Hey guys, this is 2018 Spring Entrance Ceremony, and I'm Saad.
And I'm Ruth from APU Student Social Media Unit, and today we're on a mission. Saad, what the mission?
And the mission is to make friends from as many countries as we can.
And this semester we have students from 38 different countries joining us here at APU.
So let's wait no more and meet them.
Let's go. So guys, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Vivek Yogi and I'm from Nepal.
My name is Pradut and I'm from Nepal as well.
I'm from Rwanda,
from Nigeria,
from Sri Lanka,
from Korea,
I'm from Fiji,
From Russia.
From Canada.
from Azerbaijan, from France,
from Finland, but I study in Norway,
The USA.
Germany.
Uganda.
from Mongolia,
From India.
from Thailand, from Indonesia. Diversity, like yes, being able to meet a lot of people from different walks of life and backgrounds.
It is a very small place, but it's also very friendly, and you have everything you need in the around you.
And everyone is so friendly here. And so far I've found so many great people, so many
We're a
friends.
family here.
We're a family
Thank you.
here, that's great.
Okay, go back to the slide. But before that, if you are interested in, already knowing about APU, please sign up here so that we can follow up later on. Okay, I'll go back to the slide. So as we saw the movie, half of the all students are international students, and the rest of the half are Japanese students. And then for the international students, Currently, 95 countries and regions are represented on campus. So as we watched, we have students from Africa, Europe, India, USA, Australia, etc. And not only the students, but also faculty members. Half of the faculty members of all are international. So I'm going to talk about the reason why I choose APU. The first one was diversity, now academic. I would like you to remember the language at APU. Almost all the courses are offered both in English and Japanese. So you can take regular lectures in English when you apply. Only after your enrollment, the Japanese language classes are compulsory. You can even take the languages like Chinese, Indonesian, Korean, Spanish, Taiwanese, Thai, and Vietnamese. 3 colleges we have at APU. The first one is College of International Management, where you receive the Bachelor of Business Administration. 4 specializations: Entrepreneurship and Operations Management, Marketing, Strategic Management and Leadership, Accounting, and Finance. So if you want to study business or make social impact through business, or even start up your own business in the future, this college might be good for you. Next one, College of Asia Pacific, Asia Pacific Studies. You receive the Bachelor of Social Sciences. 3 specializations: Global Economy, Culture, Society, Media, International Relations. So if you want to learn about the diversity of Asia Pacific region academically, or want to learn to recognize, think about various issues facing the Asia Pacific, this college might suit you. The third one is coming new, College of Sustainability and Tourism. Under the sustainability, we have the subjects like environment studies, resource management, international development. Under the tourism, subject relates to tourism industry operations, hospitality, and management. So I'm sure that India has many precious places, but not well known as it should be. So if you want to revitalize your local community or re-event tourism, or if you want to work in sustainability to solve real-world issues, the College of Sustainability and Tourism will be good for you. Now, postgraduate opportunity, very important. 95% job placement rate in 2021. Why does APU have this high job placement rate? Language ability students have. They can speak English, Japanese, and even 1 or 2 more. Also, global perspective they obtain by APU's multicultural learning community. So not only our alumni go to the companies like Apple International, Google Japan, United Nations Human Rights Council, some even pursued their academic career. So this girl from Indonesia went to study in Harvard University after graduation of APU. APU, she's right now working at the Kosei Corporation, one of the biggest cosmetic company in Japan. Sahil, he graduated September 2020. He worked at the Mitsui Corporation in Delhi after graduation, and now he's working in Dubai for Apple. So these are the samples of the career path you can also pursue. Financial considerations. Before going to that, I'm going to quickly talk about where we are located. APU is in south part of Japan, in Kyushu Island, Beppu City. Beppu is not like a big city, Tokyo, Osaka. It's a good, small, compact size city. but still ranked as the third prefecture in the number of foreign students in Japan. And when you come to APU, for the first year, you don't need to look for the house and everything when you don't know anything. We have the AP house, the accommodation. It's 5-7 minutes away from the campus. And then all the international students and also Japanese students live here, cook together, study together, be friends together here. All right, so tuition fees for the first year, it's around 11,200 US dollars. From the second year, 13,000 US dollars annually. So if you compare to the university in USA, for example, if you go to the state university, it's around 26,000 US dollars annually. Private university in the States, around 36,000 US dollars annually. So compared to the university like USA, Australia, Japan is much reasonable. Also, we have the scholarship. So tuition reduction scholarship is valid for 4 years, up to 100%. Vaishnavi-san, can I tell them how much scholarship you have? Okay, thank you. She has 80% tuition reduction scholarship. Yay. So not only half, but nearly 90% of accepted applicants are awarded this scholarship. Also this year, we have the AP House Scholarship. So if you get this scholarship, the dormitory fee, AP House fee will be free. But to apply for this, the early application is required. If April intake, apply by September 21, September intake, apply by December 14th. I'm gonna share the link which you can download this slide so you can review these application dates later on. We also have the external scholarship which you can apply after your enrollment. You can also pursue to go to other countries through APU. We have this agreement with the schools for 45 countries. You can go study abroad for half a year or 1 year. So if you think about going to Georgia Tech in the United States, for example, if you go directly there, the tuition fee will be around 31,000 US dollars for a year. But then if you go to Georgia Tech through APU, you don't need to pay to our partner university. You only pay the tuition to APU. So if you receive the 80% tuition reduction scholarship, you can only pay that amount to APU and still can go to the university you choose. Okay, Vaishnavi-san, I'm gonna pass it to you here.
Thank you so much, Aisa. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Vaishnavi Kattimani, and I'm from Mumbai, India. And it's nice to meet you all. So I'll take a little bit of your time to speak about why I chose APU as my university and what I've been doing so far with like 2 semesters in the university. Like Aisan said, after my 10th grade, I had to choose one of the 3 paths. Like in India, there's usually arts, science, or commerce. And most of the time, there's like a designated path for each of the streams. Like, for example, if you take commerce, you would have to do professional courses like CA or CS. Or like if you take science, most of the students opt for entrance exams for medical or engineering degrees, but I did not want to do that. So I started searching for scholarships and I came upon APU. And first time when I saw like everything about APU, like Aisan has introduced you, I thought it was like a far-fetched dream. As for somebody who has no background in Japanese, I was really skeptical about applying, but I applied nevertheless and I got in. So it's an easy task. Just make sure you apply for the university. And after being selected, I finally got the opportunity to thoroughly research about APU. And one of the best incentives, I was able to convince my parents to let me study 3,000 miles away from home was the tuition reduction scholarship. The scholarship helps you, it's like economically convenient for studying in Japan. Also, the multicultural environment that APU provides. Because the student body is divided into 50% Japanese students and 50% international students, it creates this whole new environment where the international students bring something to learn every single day, while the Japanese students also bring their way of living. So we co-independently exist as a family here, and it is so interesting. It's an adventure every single day. Let me tell you that. Also, APU provides a lot of opportunities. As for somebody who did not participate a lot in clubs during her junior college, I am fascinated with the opportunities for clubs, internships, and like part-time jobs available here, honestly, because I was able to like live out what I always wanted to do. So far, I have been 2 semesters in the university, and I've joined the debate club, the rugby club, and other clubs. Most of the clubs here are run by students. So let me give an example of the technical stuff here. During events, we do not hire professionals to carry out the technical stuff for the events. It's the APU students who have developed their professional skills and eventually work for the university. So it's a big thumbs up here to work in clubs as well. I joined the debate team because I always wanted to challenge myself for public speaking, and the debate team here has provided me the opportunity to do so. And every Thursday is a challenge for me, honestly, but it is fun. I also had the opportunity to join IOCC for my first semester. And let me tell you, it was a student bottom or case competition. It was my senpai who grabbed the opportunity that APU provided, and she built up the entire case competition on her own. In this case competition, we were able to bring up teams, more than 100 teams from around the world, to fight real life cases. And it was a whole new experience. It helped me honestly to learn about like the insights on how international case competition works. And it was very exciting, and I plan to do so the next year as well. I was also able to attend like workshops. APU has the career office in APU is really helpful for students to like figure out their designated path, which they plan to like choose in the coming years. And I had the opportunity of attending the seminars in my first semester itself, which helped me get a clear idea of what I plan to do in the next 5 years. And these seminars were actually attended by APU alumni who were working at the companies right now. So it was really helpful for me. And I have been able to plan out a path for myself just being in the second semester. So it's a huge thumbs up from me. And as somebody who plans to become a polyglot in the coming years, I have been able to work on my Japanese in just 4 months. And I plan to give JLPT N3 by December this year. So if you are somebody who wants to learn as many languages as possible, other than Japanese, APU is the place for you to do that. And so far, I have made so many friends. Like literally, I've made a friend from each country here. So APU has given me the opportunity to increase my networking basis here. And it's been amazing so far. I hope to learn more from the university in my coming semesters and keep growing as a person here, along with the diverse student community that I've got here. And these are the pictures that I've taken so far in 2 semesters. So yeah, this has been me so far. I hope you guys have the courage to apply. Thank you so much.
ありがとう、バイシナビさん。感動しましたわ。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうね。Okay, now I'm gonna quickly talk about the application requirement schedule. Application requirement, 12 years of standard education, which you will have, and English language proficiency. One of these test score, IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, Cambridge English, or Duolingo. The schedule for Indian students, if April intake, it's starting now till October 12th. And if fall intake, it will start in second 2 periods we have. The first one will come in October, and the second one will come in March. Again, I'm going to share the link which you can download the slides so you can check that. Today, I only have 20 minutes, so I'm going to introduce the webinar coming Introduction to APU, how to apply to APU. So if you sign up the link I shared with you, I can send you the update for these events as well. We have 3 representatives in India, so they will be very helpful, and then they will assist you. So please do not hesitate to contact them. Now I'm sharing the important information for you. So I just put in the chat box the sign up link for APU, download today's PPT link, and the other informations from me. So please copy and paste on your desktop. Thank you very much. Sakushi-san.
Thank you so much, Yamamoto-san and Vaishnavi, for such a wonderful presentation and giving us insights on Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. So now we can quickly have our Q&A, like maybe 2 questions, because we have one more presentation coming up. So first, like majority of people were asking about the science program. So does Ritsumeikan APU offers any science related programs at undergraduate or master's level?
Okay. Unfortunately, we do not. The college, we have the 3 colleges: the business, social studies, and sustainability and tourism. And so if you want to study science, we don't have them.
Okay. And second question was, can I get the scholarship for at undergraduate level, and how can we apply for the scholarships?
Okay. Yes, of course, undergraduate level, like Vaishnavi-san. So when you apply, you will be asked, do you want to apply the tuition reduction scholarship? And you check yes. Yeah. And then we will the screening from your documents and interview. Overlap, APU will decide how much amount APU provide you the scholarship, the amount.
Thank you so much, Yamamoto-san. So I would also like you to please leave your contact details so that the students can approach you regarding any further information.
Sure.
And thank you so much for giving us.
Thank you very much. Vaishnavi-san, arigatou.
Thank you, Vaishnavi-san. Okay. So now I'll share my screen. Okay. So now we have a presentation by Tokyo International University, and to represent this university, we have Mr. Darren Biggs, who is the Senior Admissions Officer, and Ms. Arushi, who is the Indian representative of TIU. So Darren, would you like to share your screen, please?
Oh, yes. And just real quick, thank you everybody for your time today. Really excited to talk to you about the English track program, or the E-track program at Tokyo International University. So before I jump into my presentation, I just want to share a few links with you, just in case people have to step out early. But, so the first link that I'm sending in the chat is our contact form. If you'd like us to follow up with you directly sometime after this session, please fill in your information in this form, and we will get in touch with you as soon as possible. The second link that I am sharing with you is the registration and information for an online session that we're holding tomorrow. So if you'd like to join another session about TIU, we're having one tomorrow. We're also going to have some current TIU students at tomorrow's session, so you can hear more from the student perspective. And next, before I jump into the PowerPoint, I'd like to share a 1-minute video with you all. And this was made by TIU students.
They say one decision opens up 100 doors. At TIU, we are all about connection. Connecting you with your advisors, community, and future. We have a diverse environment and an inclusive culture that develops characteristics to get us through tough times. Diversity generates a better experience, better risk management, and better outcomes. It is about us having to figure out how to walk through this world together. Join us on this journey and find your fullest potential. We are TIU.
Thank you very much. I hope that short video gives you a good initial idea about the environment you can expect at TIU. And now I will go ahead and show my slides. I'm going to present the first half, and then I will hand it off to my colleague in India, Arushi. So here we go, sharing my screen. I hope you can all see that. Please let me know if you are unable to see it. Okay, once again, hello, my name is Darren. I'm an admissions officer at Tokyo International University's E-Track Admissions
Darren?
Center. Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you in between. We cannot see the screen actually.
You can't see the screen. Okay.
No.
Thanks for letting me know. Let's try that again.
Sure.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, it's visible now. Thank you so much.
Very good, thank you. Okay, let's try again. All right, so again, my name is Darren, Senior Admissions Officer at the E-Track Admissions Center at Tokyo International University. And we want to talk to you today about the English track program. These are degree programs taught entirely in English. And we do have undergraduate programs and master's and PhD programs, but given our limited time today, we're going to talk about our bachelor's degree programs. If you want to find out more about master's and PhD programs, please check out our website or contact the admissions center. Okay, so we were founded in 1965, and our mission has been to nurture truly international-minded leaders who will contribute to global society through vision, courage, and intelligence. And it is in the spirit of this mission that we created the E-Track program in 2014-2015. Now, at that time, we started with just under 50 students, so less than 50 students. But in less than a decade, we have seen that number grow to over 1,300 students. And these students represent 68 countries. And we also have a very diverse faculty. 75% of our faculty come from outside of Japan. So the E-Track program has grown very quickly in size and in scope. And this is due to the quality of our education through word of mouth and through the enthusiasm of our students and our community. And it's very important that you be in a diverse environment if you want to pursue a global career. In this environment, you'll be able to make friends with people from all around the world, and these friends will go on to become your future professional network. By interacting with your classmates and our faculty, you can learn about other perspectives, about other cultures, and you can also share your own perspectives and your own culture. So it's a really fun, dynamic environment. And here's a picture of our campus. We are located in a city called Kawagoe, which is just outside of central Tokyo, but you can access central Tokyo very easily by train. And whenever we get a student from a particular country, we display that country's flag. So when you walk onto campus, it really has this United Nations kind of feeling. So you know you're in an international learning environment. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are located just outside of central Tokyo, and central Tokyo, being the capital of the third largest economy in the world, is incredibly dynamic, incredibly active. And if you're going to be studying courses in subjects like business, digital technology, international relations, culture and society, it's ideal to be as close as possible to where the action is, and that is Tokyo. And we are going to open a new campus in central Tokyo. So right now, we're just outside of central Tokyo, but from fall 2023, you'll be able to study at our new campus in central Tokyo, just walking distance from Ikebukuro Station. If you've heard of Ikebukuro, you know that it is one of the major commercial hubs of central Tokyo. This is a conceptual rendering of our campus. It is still under construction, but we're really excited about it. And the opening of our new campus makes it a very unique and fun time to become a TIU student. Okay. Another reason why Tokyo is a great location is it is one of the best cities in the world for students, according to the QS Best Student Cities ranking of 2022. It ranks third among these other cities, but within this ranking, there are subcategories like employer activity, which also means employment opportunity, and also desirability And in these subcategories, Tokyo ranks first. Now, exploring Tokyo and the surrounding area is going to be a very fun and important part of your student life. So Tokyo has a really amazing mix of traditional Japan and ultra-modern Japan. So for example, on any given Saturday, you and your friends can take the train to a place called Asakusa, which is home of the oldest Buddhist temple in the city. Very traditional, very beautiful place. And after you explore all the offerings of Asakusa, you can get back on the train and head over to Akihabara. Now, if you like Japanese pop culture, anime, manga, video games, those sort of things, you probably have heard of Akihabara. It is the heartland of all things otaku culture. And of course, there are many other places to explore outside of these two locations. Tokyo is also the world's food capital. It has the most Michelin stars out of any other city in the world, yet there are many options for dining at a low price. You have a chance to explore all kinds of worldwide cuisine, but if you want something more familiar, there are over 450 Indian restaurants and growing in Tokyo and Saitama, and then there are also plenty of halal and vegetarian options, both off campus, but also in the TIU campus. We do have a halal and vegetarian menu on campus. Okay, so let's talk about our academics. In the English track program, we offer 3 majors. The International Relations major, that's a Bachelor of Arts. And in this major, you can study the relationship between countries and the role of the United Nations and other non-state actors. You can study topics like global governance, security, political economy, culture and society, and other topics. And you can develop other skills like research skills, intercultural communication skills, all of which are very important no matter what career field you choose to go into. And then we have business economics, which is a Bachelor of Arts. You can study fields like management, marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, economics. This is very good to launch your career at a Japanese company or a global company in Japan or somewhere else or in your home country. The opportunities are really limitless. And then our newest major is the Digital Business and Innovation major, which is a Bachelor of Science. And you can think of this major as sort of a hybrid between an IT degree and a business degree, because you will learn about artificial intelligence, machine learning, fintech, new technology like blockchain technology, and the Internet of Things. And you will learn how to apply this knowledge in the digital business realm to innovate new products and services. So all of our majors are proving to be incredibly popular. And whichever major you choose, you can also take courses in the other majors as electives so that you can have a very well-balanced academic career. And you do not need to speak any Japanese language to apply. You can start with 0 Japanese and take TIU Japanese courses. We offer levels from elementary to advanced and business levels. So you can start from 0, but if you work hard and keep taking language classes, you can achieve full fluency in Japanese by the time you graduate. So we have amazing students in our program, and we also have amazing professors. Our faculty is world-class. As I mentioned before, the vast majority of them come from outside of Japan with degrees from top-ranked institutions. We have professors with degrees from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for example, Professor Matsuo, and then University of Glasgow, University of Sheffield. And we also have a professor who's a specialist in India international relations, Professor Shin. She got her PhD from NUS in Singapore, but also her master's from the University of Delhi. And to highlight another professor from India is Professor Kulkarni of Digital Business and Innovation. He comes from the Indian Institute of Technology, and he has published over a dozen books, published more than 250 research papers. He has patents, he has industry experience, and his books and his research is widely regarded in his field. So these are just a few examples of our professors. You can check out all of our professors on our website, but I hope this gives you an idea of the quality of instruction that you can expect at TIU. And we also partner with industry. So for example, we have a very close relationship with Tech Mahindra, which is a large IT company based in India with offices all over the world. We team up with them to offer networking opportunities, internship opportunities, practicum courses. Recently, our students participated in a course with Tech Mahindra. They worked on projects under the guidance of professionals in the industry. It was a really exciting and unique time. And in addition to Tech Mahindra, we also partner with companies in industries like advertising, pharmaceuticals, automobile industry, and others. So we really believe in having a quality education in class, but also connecting students with professionals as much as possible to help them expand their network and improve their skills. So with that said, I'd like to ask my colleague, our India representative, Arushi, to present the rest of the slides. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Darren. Hi, everyone. My name is Arushi. I am the Senior India Advisor for Tokyo International University. Before I share my screen, I'd just like to share the form that Darren sent earlier on the chat box. It would be great if you can just fill up that form with the details, and we can get in touch with you if you have any questions regarding the university. So let me just share my screen. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Darren. So talking about the student life support and what the actual life of international students at the campus and in Tokyo is like. So we are aware that students are traveling to Japan for the first time. So it's very difficult for them to get adjusted in the atmosphere where it's a foreign speaking country, foreign language speaking country. So we provide as much support as we can to the international students, right from airport pickups to getting them open their bank accounts, to getting them a mobile SIM card, helping them with the housing information and any assistance we can provide on campus as well as off campus. We try to make students as comfortable as possible. We also have a lot of clubs and societies on campus that the students can enroll in. We have a photography club, we have a dance club, music, then we also have a good sports faculty. We have a separate campus dedicated to sports activities. So students who are interested in football, archery, baseball, tennis, badminton, they can explore all these options while studying at Tokyo International University. We also have a MUN club, which is one of the most popular varsity team at the TIU campus. If any student is interested in international relations or is very keen on participating in Model United Nations, then we can be a very right choice for you. Our MUN club has been a part of a lot of conferences in other universities in Japan and abroad, and has won a lot of accolades as well recently. Talking about the career support and the career center facilities on campus, the international students are assisted throughout with their academics as well as their co-curricular activities, internships, counseling, resume building. There are a lot of sessions conducted by external industry people who are invited to the campus as guest lecturers. So the students get a lot of information on what is happening in the business industry and in the external environment. Currently, our employability rate stands at 97.6%, which is very high even in the times of the pandemic. It wasn't that affected, and the students were able to get good job opportunities after they graduated. This is majorly because we assist and guide the students throughout their duration at Tokyo International University, right from how to build up the resumes and how to sit for job interviews, making them aware of whatever job opportunities are coming their way. The university assists them throughout the process. The students are also allowed to work part-time as they are allowed to do in any other country. In Tokyo, in Japan, the students can work for up to 28 hours per week during the semesters and 40 hours per week during their spring and summer vacations. Few of the examples where the students can work include they can work either on campus or off campus. It's up to them. On campus, the students are normally working as peer assistants or in the leadership program, or they can help tutoring or supporting the residentials in the dormitories. When it comes to off-campus examples, students normally go for teaching programs, or they can work in stores or part-time job, as in they can work in any departmental stores. For instance, one of our current Indian students, she used to teach Indian dance to Japanese students, and now she's working as a gym instructor. So there are a lot of opportunities for students to explore when it comes to part-time options. Coming to the career paths, students graduating from any major can explore any option or any opportunities they want when it comes to working after they graduate. I mean, for a student who is in the business economics major, can definitely explore job options in the IR and digital business and innovation major as well. So a few of our students have gone to work in the IT department, sales department, arts, media. Some of the students from the IR major have interned or worked with the government or the NPO sector as well. So there are a lot of options for students to explore after they graduate. And again, the university assists them at every step. Talking about the tuition fee, our tuition fee is around $12,000 US, which you can see when we compare it to other major study destination is quite affordable and less expensive. So it's more student friendly, it's more budget friendly for students to look at TIU as an option. Not saying that the university also has, So the tuition fee is quite affordable for students to look at TIU. Apart from the tuition fee, we also have tuition reduction scholarships for all the international students, which are completely based on merit. So our tuition reduction scholarships start from 30%, 50%, 80%, and students from India have gone on to achieve 100% tuition reduction scholarship, which is completely based on merit. So their entire application is evaluated, their class 12 results, their transcripts, and also a lot of attention is given to their co-curricular activities. So if a student has a good background of participating in school clubs or debate clubs in the schools, then it obviously helps the students to get a better scholarship. Apart from the tuition reduction scholarship, we also have other scholarships like the TIU Model United Nations Scholarship. So for students who are interested to enroll in the International Relations major and have a past experience of participating in MUNs, then they can go for the Model United Nations Scholarship. We also have a JASA scholarship, which provides concession on the living expenses. But the JASA scholarship is only eligible for students who have enrolled at the university. What we require for students to be eligible to be a part of TIU is your class 12th mark sheet, your class 12 transcripts, minimum 65%. We also require the 10th and 11th transcripts, any English proficiency test. It can be IELTS, Duolingo, TOEFL, SATs. The minimum requirement for IELTS is 5.5. And we also require a statement of purpose from the schools, from the student side, and a letter of recommendation from the school counselors. And our applications are completely online. We do not conduct any entrance examinations or interviews. As you can see, this is the admission schedule, what it looks like for the September 2023 intake. So we have different application periods opening every month. So for this year, for September 2023, our applications will be opening from October. And similarly, we have different timelines in every month, like January, February, and the last one goes on till April 2023. So these are the dates that you have to keep in mind if you are interested to apply to the Tokyo International University. We have two intakes. We have an April intake and a September intake. But assuming the Indian curriculum, majority of the students go for the September intake. But if a student is interested to apply in the April intake, then our applications are currently open for April 2023. And if you're not comfortable to apply during this ongoing application period, then we have 2 other intakes starting in from September and one in October as well if you want to apply for the April 2023 intake. That was all from my side. If there are any questions, me and my colleague Darren can definitely take up a few questions from the students.
Thank you so much, Arushi, and then thank you so much, Darren, for your wonderful presentation. I think the students did get some wonderful information regarding the universities, and they can get in touch with you if they have any further questions. So I would like to proceed with the Q&A session. So like I narrowed few questions regarding TIU. First is, does TIU offer scholarships on extracurricular activities such as model UNs?
Yeah, let me go ahead and take that. So when we consider your tuition reduction scholarship, we look at the whole application, right? So if you want to apply for tuition reduction scholarship, there is a question in the application form that asks, would you like to apply for this? All you have to do is select yes and write a short paragraph about why you think you deserve it. And then we're going to look at everything, including your extracurricular activities. But of course, we'll be looking at your grades from high school and your university. If you're transferring from another university, we'll need those grades as well. Your English test score, your personal statement, your letter of recommendation, everything. So just make the application as strong as you can. So we mentioned earlier that the minimum IELTS score is 5.5, but if you want a better scholarship, of course, you're going to need to submit a higher IELTS score. So try to get as high of a score as possible. And best of luck to you. Now, as for Model United Nations, if you have previous MUN experience, and if you, as Arushi was saying, if you want to enroll in the International Relations Program, you can apply for the MUN scholarship. And if you get it, your enrollment fee will be waived.
Thank you so much, Darren. Next, we have a question about the students who's asking that I want to hear about career opportunities after digital business and innovation.
So digital business and innovation is our newest major. We started it in 2020, so we actually don't have a graduating class yet. But at the same time, it's proven to be incredibly popular. And digital business innovation, or DBI, students also take a lot of the courses that business economics students take, except they tend to focus more on classes about AI, fintech, and digital technology, right? But our professors are very supportive. Our students are getting internship opportunities. We have students participating in practicum courses that are taught together with companies like Tech Mahindra. So our students are on track to pursue careers in fields like digital marketing, digital analytics, IT related fields, sales. There's just so much opportunity and so much variety among our students. And yes, digital business innovation is definitely helping them prepare for a future-oriented career.
Thank you so much. And last question I would like to pick up is that what are some scholarships available at undergraduate and graduate levels at TIU?
Okay, so I think we already talked about scholarships, about the tuition reduction scholarship. But Arushi, do you have anything to add about scholarships?
No, I think we mentioned the scholarship. So the scholarship that I mentioned earlier were for the undergraduate students. So the tuition reduction scholarship and the MUN scholarship, as well as the JASO scholarship, all of them are eligible for undergraduate students.
Okay. Thank you so much, Arushi and Darren. And I would like you to please leave your contact details so that the students can get in touch with you directly. Thank you so much. Okay. So we'll proceed with the next set of presentations. So next up, we have presentation by University of Tsukuba, and we have Mr. Mahadi Mata Shah, who is the University International Investor and Marketing Recruitment. So, Mr. Mahadi, would you like to share your screen, please?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. So my name is Mahdi. So I think there's a mistake in the slide. It's not Miss. Yeah, it's Mr.
Yeah.
It of course doesn't matter. And I would like to now share my screen. Okay. So here, okay, sorry. Here we go. So this is, I hope you can see my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. So again, my name is Mahdi. So welcome everybody to the University of Tsukuba. And also I would like to thank the organizers of this event, University of Tokyo and the India office team for this occasion. And now I'm going to start. So here, Tsukuba is a city, and it is just about an hour away from Tokyo. It's less than an hour away from Tokyo. And it is in this the city is basically very much near Mount Tsukuba, which is the Twin Peaks that you can see here. It's full of woods and trees and nature, and it's a great place to run. I ran yesterday actually to a large park nearby. It's really cool. It's really awesome. And it's just this, you know, this campus in the middle of the woods. It's really nice. And also, but at the same time, it takes only 45 minutes by train to get to Akihabara, which is the electric town that was mentioned in a prior presentation today. And also it takes about 1 hour away. It takes about 1 hour to get to the international airport. So you can travel everywhere, anywhere in Japan easily from Tsukuba. You can also, it's not too far from the international airport. So in that sense, I think the location-wise, it's really nice. But apart from location, I would say that Tsukuba is just a very special city. It is a science city, meaning that about 40 to 50% of the R&D budget of the government is spent in this city, in places such as JAXA, which is the equivalent of NASA in Japan, like NIMS, where the Material Sciences Institute, where they do research on nanotechnology and so on. So we have about 30 national research institutes and about 200 private ones, all situated within the city of Tsukuba. This is by design. It's been around for decades, and University of Tsukuba was established here. So in that sense, Tsukuba is in a very unique position where it has a lot of connections with these illustrious, famous institutes. And so faculty and students go back and forth. There are ample opportunities for research or for internships and so on. And here, we call ourselves a young university and an old university at the same time. And so basically it started out as a teachers college in 1872, right after the Tokugawa shogunate. So basically the samurais, their reign ended. And then right afterwards, basically this school was set up to make up for the dearth of school teachers. So it had, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the founder later, but in 1949, it became the Tokyo University of Education. And then in 1973, it moved to the city of Tsukuba and became University of Tsukuba. University of Tsukuba has produced 3 Nobel laureates, and it has its athletes have won about 133 Olympic and Paralympic medals. So it is, it's the members of Tsukuba are high achievers, to say the least. And the highest achiever of us all is Dr. Jigoro Kano. He, I don't know how to describe him. He was just like a really awesome guy. He, first of all, invented judo, which is a sport that you know, yeah. And he was the principal forerunner of the higher normal school, the teachers college I talked to you about. And also he basically was, I think, the first person to make Japan a study destination for international students. He brought in 7,000 students from East Asia to his school using his own money sometimes. So he was really into international education and exchange. And so he really wanted to sort of share his spirit in terms of sport and also education with everybody in the world. He was the first International Olympic Committee member from Asia. Back in the days when it was all white men in the club, he was the first Asian man And he was a short guy. He was not very big. He was short stature. And but he had the guts. He wanted to make Tokyo an Olympic city way before everybody else. And so he almost he wanted it to happen, but due to World War II, it didn't happen. And then in 1964, the Tokyo Olympics happened. But we think that his contribution, he had passed away by then, but his contribution was really huge. So there are about 2,391 students at the moment as of December 2021. And we are expecting, again, a large increase. Japan is opening up after the pandemic, as you know. And so we hope that you will join us in this incredible journey. We are a top 10 Japanese university, according to Times Higher Education, in the national ranking. And so when we have degree programs for international students, we are ranked 9th here this year, and we are right above Hiroshima, right below Nagoya, right above illustrious, famous universities like Keio and ICU and Waseda. And so we're in good company here. Here, there's an interdisciplinary approach to education and research, and it's a research university to begin with. Every professor has to have an extensive research background. And so, for example, and also we say interdisciplinary because we are looking for interaction between different disciplines to solve really difficult problems. So, for example, HAL is not just a robot, but it sits at the intersection of robotics, but also information sciences, and also the medicine, and also the social sciences in terms of the insurance industry and so on. So and it's now a multi-million-dollar company. So this is just an example of what Tsukuba strives for, and our focus for undergraduate schools is such that we are looking for we are looking to teach these abilities, such as, of course, communication, but also we want to teach data and information literacy, because this is really important. We want people to be cooperative, and at the same time have an autonomous attitude, have critical thinking skills, and so on. Yeah. So here, for example, this is the undergraduate curriculum framework. So it's a little bit difficult to understand, but let me just try to explain it to you. Students start out with this course called Invitation to Arts and Science, right? And then in this through this process, they gain generic knowledge and skills. So they have to take common foundation subjects such as foreign languages, or such as information literacy, or even sport, physical education, and art. And then you take the first year seminar and foundation subjects, and then you choose your major subject and so on. Yeah. So we're looking for generic knowledge and skills as well as specialized knowledge and skills. So you need really kind of both in order to do well in the world today. So I explained to you earlier that we are a comprehensive university. So the thing with Japanese universities is that it's very rare for one university to have many different disciplines, a wide array of disciplines. And so we are one of those universities. Such that we have the arts department, but also informatics. We have biological sciences, but also let's say sports sciences, yeah, and so on, yeah. So we don't have courses, and not everything is offered in English, but then many things are offered in English, yeah. So we have 40+ degree programs, 2,800 classes taught in English, and I'm going to just quickly talk about some recommended programs at undergraduate level. And then I'm going to talk about graduate programs to you later. Okay, so if everybody could bear with me, would be great. Now here, these are some of the subjects, and I'm going to show just briefly explain. Yeah, and if you have a QR code reader on your cell phone, would be great. If any slide rings a bell, please snap away and bookmark the website. Yeah. So here, this is the interdisciplinary engineering program for undergraduate students. So if you're looking for an electrical engineering program, or if you're looking for a civil engineering program at the undergraduate level, you will be disappointed we don't offer that in English, yeah. But what we do offer is this top-notch program in which faculty members, illustrious, famous people from all these 4 different disciplines get together and have students do this hands-on, sort of like very kind of nitty-gritty, kind of you walk into the laboratory, the workshop from day one, and you start tinkering around with stuff. It's really interesting. So this one is, the application deadline is December of this year, right? And so you enter next year, right? And it also offers 3 MEC scholarships as well, yeah? So this is something that you should consider and really apply or think about, yeah? If you are into biology, or then this is and we have like these 3 tracks, basically biological sciences, agrobiological resource sciences, and geosciences. And again, taught in English, we are in scuba, surrounded by nature. There's ample opportunities for research and and also close mentorship by excellent scientists in the field, yeah? So this is the Bachelor of Science. I was just talking to a biology professor called Professor Lewis Irving today. He's from Scotland, and he teaches in the biological science program. And he was telling me that, they do this like, flipped learning style where students watch the lecture on video, then they come to class, to school, to actually do the discussions and, to go out in the field and, do projects. So that's how we kind of like dealt with the pandemic. We're trying to keep the good things that we learned during the pandemic. If you are into international social science or social studies, then this is the program. And again, if you're looking for an economics program or a political science program or a law degree, you will be perhaps disappointed at first, but then you will start to see why. Because law cannot exist without society, and of course, for example, look at what happened recently in the U.S. They changed the law. A very important law, and I'm not going to go into the details of that, but it's really influenced by society, it's influenced by politics, it's influenced by economics, and so on. So you can see how everything affects each other. And so you have to have broad knowledge, but at the same time, very specific knowledge about each subject. So we try to impart that. Again, this is an excellent program, and so please take a look into it. Here, so this is the flow this year. In November, December, we'll start to accept applications, and then January will be the first stage, February second stage, March 31st we will know the answer, September you arrive on campus. And on a slightly different time slot is BPGI, which is basically there's a climate problem, there's plastic in the ocean, there's poverty. For example, this heat wave attacks poor people first. And so on. So there's great inequality. All these problems we might be able to solve them if we have people who are specialized in project management in such issues, right? And and of course we want them to work in United Nations and FAO and all those organizations, but we also want such human resources to go into the private sector. Yeah, the private sector needs help. In that sense, it needs sustainability offices. It needs to be guided as to how to maintain sustainability and economic viability. So, in that sense, the BPGI program it touches upon that. Again, very interesting. And this is the Japan Expert Program. So, if you have N3 or N2 in terms of JLPT, then we provide you with special path to enter the regular Japanese programs where you sit alongside native Japanese speakers after a crash course in Japanese. Yeah. So again, please check it out if you're studying Japanese. Yeah. So this is slightly different. It is in the sense that the deadline is March of next year, right? Then you will know within 3 months, by June of next year, and then you start in September of 23. So these are some of the admission requirements. You need 12 years of formal education. You need to have a study plan, a financial plan, certificate of completion, academic transcripts, and so on. Yeah, these are the scores. And I'll talk to you about the cost and the scholarship opportunities a little bit later, because it's the same for graduate and undergraduate students. Yeah. So, but please download the enrollment booklet for more information here. It's a large booklet, so please be patient. But you don't have to read the whole thing, but just look for information that you need. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep it there for 2 more seconds. 1, 2, and change. Here we go. So this is our website. Please check it out if you like, and you can find out more information regarding undergraduate programs. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the graduate programs, and so it is divided into 3 large clusters, and within each cluster, students can take classes from any of these programs. So, for example, if you're into education, then you can maybe take a class in art. Yeah, if you can get permission from the professors. Yeah, if you are a geosciences person, you're interested in chemistry, you might be able to take courses. So we're looking for that kind of interdisciplinarity in the papers and research that you produce. So we encourage people to talk to each other. Generic competencies and specific competencies are developed. So, for example, generic-wise, communication skills, internationality, management, but also in terms of specific competencies, expert knowledge, but also a sense of ethics, for example. When you do research, you have to consider ethics in mind. So all these things are combined in our graduate programs. Yeah, some examples of interdisciplinary programs are, for example, human biology, a mix of computational sciences and biological sciences with regards to the human body. Empowerment informatics, a mix of engineering and design, yeah, robotics and so on. Life sciences innovation, a program, again, between computational sciences and biology, focuses on, for example, disease mechanism, bioinformatics, drug discovery, and so on. Program in humanics, a mix between physical sciences and biomedical sciences. So, for example, somebody's doing research on surgery and augmented reality. Yeah, so you get the idea. A master's program in sports and Olympic studies. TS 2.0 is taught in English, has Olympic philosophy, and if you want to become a sports professional in the future, this is the place to be. If you want to protect World Heritage sites, for example, in your country, then this is the place to train. So one of our students is working in Angkor Wat. And again, a very interdisciplinary program from different fields such as chemistry and environmental sciences and sociology. So the application procedure has to be just briefly described. I think I have only 2 minutes left or a minute left. But anyway, most importantly, check your eligibility and contact your prospective advisor. Make sure to obtain their consent. So this is kind of important for all Japanese universities, right? So please bear that in mind. That's not necessary for undergraduate, but it is necessary for graduate programs. So you need a mentor. So then the rest is pretty simple, yeah. And you just follow the flow, yeah. So in terms of housing, we have these excellent housing opportunities, and then we have again all these services. And the cost is, the thing is that because it's a public university, it's subsidized, so it's costs less than $5,000, which is extremely reasonable. The accommodation is less than $300 per month, so it's really reasonable to begin with. But if there's also tuition waiver systems where we'll give you a discount in terms of tuition, and also there are scuba scholarships available for this amount, 60,000 yen or 80,000 yen in terms of monthly stipend. There's also, of course, JASO and corporations which provide, and also you can work up to 20 hours per week. So it is possible even if you don't get the NEXT scholarship. Yeah. So anyway, I need to stop here soon. Okay. But this is the last couple of slides. This is our main website, but also please come and book a session with us if you have any questions. One of our professors, will talk to you. So I think he has some slots next week. So please build them up. Please take them before they're taken. Yeah. So please make an appointment with Professor Nomura, who will answer all your questions, be it undergraduate or graduate. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mahadi, and thank you very much for explaining all the programs in a very detailed manner. And I hope this is very useful for all the students who are aiming for Tsukuba University. Now we have 5 minutes Q&A. So I'll quickly go through the questions which we have been receiving in the Q&A box. First is, there's an undergraduate medical science program for international students, which is listed on the website. It says only transfer students from third year. Is there an option to join this program from first year too?
No, unfortunately not. Typically, I would say like to become an MD, if the student is looking to become a medical doctor in Japan, he or she, they need to have Japanese skills, like native level. So what this program offers is medical science degree, and only from the third year only, as transfer students. That's how the program is set up. You need to have some medical science background before you come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Second, we have, can you kindly repeat again, what do you offer in Japanese, and what are the programs offered in English only and Japanese only? So
yeah, that's a very big question. It's going to take like again another 20 minutes to answer. So I'm going to have to refer you to our website, and you can take a look. Let me just try to ring up a couple of links for you. Yeah. And so I will, I'll do that. And is it okay if I post on the chat?
Sure. You can post
box,
on the chat. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Also, I think for the master's program, the link is not working. So they were probably trying to look out for the master's program on university website.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. Yeah. So let me also, okay, 1 second. Yeah. So I just posted a couple of links for that. And but it's very easy. Just look up University of Tsukuba. You can't miss it. And it is in the admission section, in the graduate section, there's a trove of information. So let me just share that with you. Okay. 1 second. Here we go. Yeah. And here we are. Okay. So the very last link is for graduate schools. And so it shows the English programs that are available. So Japanese programs it's much more, it's very extensive. But probably most students here today don't speak Japanese. So I'm assuming.
Okay. Thank you so much. And one last quick question is that what are the computer science courses? Like, is there any courses offered in computer science at undergraduate level?
At the undergraduate level, we don't in English. We do not in English, unfortunately. So you need to have Japanese skills to study information sciences at Tsukuba, but they have an English program at the master's level. For computer sciences. And so I would recommend that. Also at the engineering program that I talked to you about, the interdisciplinary engineering program, there is programming involved. Actually, every program, they teach some basic rudimentary programming skills. So, but in the engineering program, there's programming involved for robotics courses. So, but unfortunately, we don't offer a computer sciences course per se. At the undergraduate level.
Okay, thank you so much, Mahdi.
Yes,
okay,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this brings end with our presentation with University of Tsukuba, and Mahdi has already posted some links, information links, so you can also refer to those links for the further information. Thank you so much, Mahdi.
Thank you so much. Thank you, please, and thanks very much, everybody, for joining us today.
Okay, thank you. So next, oh, I'm so sorry. So next we have a presentation by International University of Japan. So I hope you can see my screen now. So we have Miss Rashi Gupta, who is an alumni for International University of Japan, and currently she is working with ARG Consulting. So Miss Rashi Sakshi, would you like to share your screen, please?
Thank you, Sakshi-san, and thank you for the, I would actually firstly want to express my gratitude for this opportunity explaining and sharing my experience from International University of Japan. And here is my colleague, here's Deepika Sharma. Actually, it's written Rashid Gupta, but she'll help me with answering some questions that the students or attendees have anytime during the session. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen right now. Okay, so yes, I'm going to share my experience. I am an alumni of International University of Japan, 2010. And here I would love to share my experience and a little bit about the graduate school where I have obtained my master's degree. So basically, yes, it comes to the question, why IUJ? Okay, so here we can see that IUJ, International University of Japan, it has a motto of where world gathers. And this really describes what IUJ is. I kind of, shorten it as International University of Japan as IUJ. Because of what it is established since 1982, and it has celebrated its 40th years as a graduate school in Japan. Here you'll meet different kind of people from different countries in an international platform. And you meet different people from different countries with their cultures, with their languages. And here you learn together and you live with them, because basically IUJ offers inside campus dormitories where you live there and you also study. So IUJ, where is it basically? So here we can see it is outside of Tokyo. By Shinkansen, it'll be 19 minutes. And if you want to go by bus, you will, it is a nice bus ride for like 4 hours. And also you can also use the local train around 3 hours. Here I just told you about the IUJ campus map. So it is basically, it's like a small international city in the local town in Niigata. You'll be surrounded by beautiful kind of nature. And this also helps you study a lot because we're going to be concentrating on campus. So one thing that I like the most is zero cost for transportation to the school. You'll be on the school. So anything you have problems, you want to discuss with your supervisor, you're just on the spot. And your lecture is just like a block away. And here, because all of them live on campus, you'll learn more. You're learning towards international kind of atmosphere. It's so much that I can tell you that I have learned and I have my life kind of changed after I've been learning in IUJ. So it is very unique. It is an international platform with people from different kinds of countries and language cultures, and with a local Japanese kind of mix in there. So all of the subjects are taught in English, 100%. But if you want to improve your Japanese, yes, there is subject that is inclusive without cost. You can learn Japanese from beginner until the advanced level. Okay, so what does IUJ offer? Here, I'm just going to go very short. It has high quality education and its curriculum adaptable to your needs. And it has so much diversity of students, I cannot tell you. I'll explain about it more. It is one of the core strength of IUJ, because we have a very different kind of students from different kind of countries, which are basically sent by their own countries, like there are G2G kind of tie-ups, which actually the people who are going to be the future leaders are sent to IUJ to learn. And if you want to learn in a global kind of stage, this is in the future, you'll meet all of these leaders that you have learned in IUJ. Okay, And then advantages of studying in Japan, and job placement and internship opportunities. I'll go back to this again, because as you know, IUJ is, it has 40 years experience, and it has a lot of sponsorship from companies. So we have very strong ties with companies, that there'll be recruitments, there'll be internships just on the campus. Okay, so here all adds up, it's where the world cooperates. Okay, I mentioned about high quality education. It is accredited by AACSB, GSIM school, which only 5% business schools in the world. It's ranking #1 in Japan, the Economist for MBA. And it is selected school for IMF scholars, top 4 schools in Japan, for its Graduate School of International Relations. And the selected faculties are by international open recruitment. So it is highly international standards. And ratio of a faculty and student is 1:4. Okay, so another point was curriculum adaptable to your needs. So required and elective courses for each student's career goal, and special guest lecturers from different kind of backgrounds, like UN, from different kind of companies, and also field trips to those companies as well. And there is exchange programs with top schools in the world, and interactive case discussion and practical classes in each session. Okay, and I mentioned it's a diversity of students. So you can just imagine to study and live with competent students from over 50 countries. They're basically represented from their own countries. They're sent from the government. So these are the ones that will be future leaders in each country. So you can imagine how strong and how huge your network is. And this is an opportunity to develop your leadership in a multicultural team. I remember my case studies, my discussions. It gave me so much rich insight, because each background of case studies are different based on the country. So this prepped me to work or be able to work in an international atmosphere, in an international global kind of working place. And it has wide range of ages with different backgrounds. So you'll meet someone who just maybe just graduated their bachelor degree. You'll meet a person who has been having experience for 5, 6 years, 10 years from the country. And that really gives a different kind of experience. You don't learn just by your own same peers, same generation. No, you go beyond that. And another one is more than 4,800 alumni network from about 140 countries. And I am also included in the alumni network, and it's really active. We share what kinds of opportunities are there in the UN, in the companies. Like one of my senpais or one of my senior will just keep on sending like, okay, we have vacancy from this. We need students for internship. We need more new employees from IUJ. So this really helps us. Until now, we have IUJ Friday. We have strong bond of network discussion, meetups, webinars, and learning opportunities both side and inside and outside of the classroom. So when you're in the dormitory, you go out, it's already basically you're learning. Okay, and then advantage of studying in Japan. You experience Japan in a very unique way, in an international, unique way. So you see your perspective as a Japanese local, also as a person from your representative from your country. And you learn more about Japan from the inside. You live basically in Niigata with the local. You have a lot of volunteer activities. You have a lot of interaction. You have those English sessions, Japanese sessions that you can really apply in real world if you are wanting to work in Japan. And then career opportunities in Japan for non-Japanese students. So your opportunities to work in Japan are more broad because you know you already know about the local culture. You know about how to work with Japanese in a Japanese company. So these career opportunities are uncountable. And one thing I love the most is the safe and quiet environment to concentrate on your studies. Believe it or not, it really makes a difference. So if I'm studying inside the campus, like there's no other distraction. Basically, you just have to study. Okay, and but of course, you also, because it's located in Niigata, inside there, you optimize your communication with people from other countries. And this make you really close because you're living in an area inside and you only communicate with the people around you. So it really makes you learn. Okay, here are the beautiful environment that really always calls me back. When I was studying there, I was like, oh my God, this is too peaceful, but too quiet. But I always want to come back to IUJ. Okay, here is, you can see this is a cherry blossom lane. We usually have picnics, meetups with friends, and there's a badminton, there's a tennis court here. And this is a summer. And in summer, usually there's English programs. Also, there are internship opportunities that usually students go on the summer. And this is our dormitory here. And this is in the winter. In the winter also, it is very popular with, skiing. So I was not able to ski before, but I learned how to do ski and learn how to do snowboarding. It is an unforgettable experience. Okay, so another point important I want to point out, or I want to talk about, is the job placement and internship opportunities. Okay, so the counselor, career counselor, works very close to you from the day one. She will ask you, what is your aspiration? What do you want to work in? What do you want to work? Do you want to work in Japan? Do you want to work in your country? And she will basically work as hard as possible to find your match. And then with your like a buddy, like with a senpai, with a senior or alumni, to help you share experience, also all the opportunities that are there. So it also helps change jobs in the same industry if you want, or if you want to go to a different industry, it will also give you a lot of insight. And yeah, if you want to transfer a different section or promote returning to the same organization company, the council will help you basically. And for new graduates, yeah, to land a job that you really desire or you're aspire to in Japan or in the global sphere. So here I'm going to talk about distribution of countries and regions, current students. Here is, I think this is 2020. So the total students, yeah, it is 311. It's a small kind, but it makes you very close. It is from 56 countries and regions. Here you can see also for, yes, this is Asia, and then Africa, Middle and South America, North America, Western and Northern Europe, Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and Oceania. Okay, and this is our alumni. Total alumni is around 4,719 alumni from 139 countries, regions. So the most favorite thing, if I travel to another country, I get in touch with my colleagues, my friends, my network from another country. And the feeling is the same. Okay, you're an IUJ, you're IUJer. The network as strong as such. We have a very strong bond. Okay, and this is what I told about the global partnership companies. So here are the list of the companies that are basically actively partnering with International University of Japan. We can see here, and a lot of my friends are working in these companies. There are from Mizuho, Accenture, Apple, also from Mitsubishi, and a lot other more. Sumitomo, Sojitz, Panasonic, okay? Okay, so this is a job opportunities after graduation based on industry. This is for Graduate School of International Relations. I'll come back to that, which about our graduate school explanation. And this is from GSIM, okay, Graduate School of International Management. Okay, So now I'm just going to talk about the programs now. So what IUJ offers. So first, it is basically, it is consists to Graduate School of International Relations, GSIR. Here there are the International Relations Program, IRP, International Development Program, IDP, and Public Management and Policy Analysis Program, PMPP, and also a one-year track, fast track International Public Policy Program. Okay, and this here is the GSIM. Okay, we have cross registration, cross faculties. If you want to take a subject from GSIM, you are in the second grade, you're totally welcome. So like it is adaptable to your needs. So MBA program, intensive MBA program, one-year track, and international social entrepreneurship program. So I've been seeing that some people were asking about what kind of course that we are in for entrepreneurship. Yes, we have that course that even is specialized in entrepreneurship. And this is a new one, Digital Transformation Program, DXP. It's a one-year track. So this is our two GSIR and GSIM graduate schools in IUJ. Okay, there is a PhD program also. This is also kind of new. So also if you're interested in doing your PhD, you can contact Deepika, Miss Deepika Sharma, and she will help you because it's relatively new. So basically it has like a communication with the professor regarding the PhD cluster. Okay, so here is GSIR, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, and International Public Program I mentioned it is 1 year. And this is the degree that you will obtain. And this is for the doctoral course. Okay, and this is GSIR here. Okay, here's a new one, Japan Global Development Program also. So it is in the cluster cross registration of GSIR and GSIM. Okay, here is the MBA program, GSIM, which I mentioned before, and the social entrepreneurship. Okay, so about the tuition fee. Yeah, usually it is like the very important question, like how much does it cost? So again, I will tell you, yes, it is around 12 lakh rupees per year. And then if you do 2 years, then you have to multiply that. It's basically the same, but the scholarship is a lot. So I can tell you there are 90% students in IUJ have a scholarship. They're on scholarship. So we have different kind of scholarships here, A, B, and C. So firstly, it will be awarded for successful applicants regardless of nationality is the IUJ Direct Award Scholarship, which we have from the Nakayama Memorial Scholarship. And then there is IUJ Nominated Scholarship for after screening your application and you are considered for the scholarship, you will have from different sponsors of the companies and institutions. As I mentioned, about a lot of institutions that are partnering with IUJ, they also offer a lot of scholarships. So don't worry, 90% of the students on IUJ are on scholarship. Okay, and C, a direct scholarship application to other institution, yeah, JICA and MEXT. So this one is usually the most sought question, like what is a scholarship? What is the possibility? We have a lot. Okay, so how to apply IUJ? It is very easy. I'm gonna give you something a good news, because your Indian national do not need an English test score. Okay, I repeat, you don't need an English test score, so you're exempted from that. But you need to do an online application, personal statement, a research topic that sounds, and a scanned college certificate for all the undergraduate and graduate school attended, transcripts, certificate of graduation degrees, yeah, that's a must, and 2 recommendation letters from your professors, from your supervisors, from your boss, And then number 6, you're exempted. And if you want to apply for MBA, of course, GMAT score is important. The higher GMAT score, the higher your possibility of getting a scholarship. Application fee and passport, copy, or photograph. Okay, so this is the required application materials if you want to apply to IUJ. Okay, so this is the details of the scholarships. This was 70, but now it's already become 90. Okay, so how do you do that? When you do an application, there's going to be also a statement if you want to apply for a scholarship. So this one you can write your personal statement and why, and then it will be considered seeing your application. The more stronger application you make, the more higher possibility for you getting a scholarship. Okay, so here basically this is from last year's admission schedule. So it doesn't change that much, but it'll be around this. The first intakes will be February. Second intake will be March. Third, May, and then fourth will be June. Okay, there'll be interviews online as well. And notification of admission results is also February, March. And then March to April, May to May, and June to June. Okay, and if you're living in Japan, this is your admission deadline. Okay, so I'm so happy to be able to here to share my experience. As an alumni, I always talk about IUJ because I am deeply grateful for what IUJ has made me as a person. Also, it has changed me so much, gave me so much experience, and have changed my life significantly. And I hope to see you in IUJ as well. Okay, so this is from my side. Thank you. For questions, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Rashi. Thank you for your wonderful presentation and talking from your personal experience, because an alumni can only let the students know what they have been done until now. So thank you so much for that. So now we can have a 5 minutes Q&A session with the students. So basically, there was one question regarding the courses. So what are some undergraduate programs in English which is provided by IUJ? Like, could you kindly let them know a few undergraduate courses, if there's any?
Okay, so basically, yeah, really apologize for this, but this is only for graduate programs. It's a graduate school, yeah, that we offer.
Okay, thank you so much. So next we have, as IUJ is in a very remote location, so is there any part-time opportunity near the campus?
Yes, so nowadays there are more open kind of opportunities. Like I was also a library school assistant, so I work in the campus as well. Also there are, because it's in a local kind of situated local area, there are opportunities for, you know, teaching English for the students, for also to the residents there, and also working in a convenience store. There are different kinds of part-time job that can be done. Yeah, it's like the one that if you have a student kind of visa, then you can work 20 hours per month.
Okay, thank you so much. And there's one more question which I would also like to ask you personally, because since most of the Indian students are vegetarian, and Niigata is a place where, like, it's quite a remote area, because so I wanted to know, like, for the vegetarian people, like how can they sort of, you know, do they have any kind of eating option, or it's like any supermarket and stuff like that?
Okay, yes, there is very close by with supermarkets and grocery stores, and they sell very fresh kind of vegetable. So I was a student, what I was doing, usually we have a common kitchen, so we cook, and that is the best way also to save. You got a scholarship, you got a stipend, and then you cook. So there are some restaurants in this nearby, but it is like, you know, yeah, for a change, it is good. You can have Indian food. Indian restaurants are there as well. But I think the best thing is, like, you know, you cook there. You have a lot of opportunities. You have your own common kitchen. Each dormitory has a big kitchen, which you share and you cook together with your fellow students.
Thank you so much, Rashi. I think that was very informative. And one more question is that when does one need to start applying for IUJ?
Okay, so basically, as I told, there was like first was February, right? So I think you should, download the application and then think about a really sound topic, research topic. And the more you think, the more you make a really good one. Basically, there are a lot of case studies between India and Japan, and these are actually the research that are looked for by companies, by the sponsors, by the partners of the companies. They really want to invest in this, the research about India, between India and Japan, because these are really insightful and can help the growth between two bilateral countries. So from now start making your research. What you want to do research. If you're interested in GSIM and MBA, think about something that is about management, MBA related, or if not, if you're in international relations, there's so many topics that you can cover. So many, I cannot tell you, that is like really can be shared between India and Japan.
Sure. Thank you so much, Rashi. And I would also like to request the IUJ representative to please leave their contact details in the chat and some websites so that our students can actually refer to them, and if they can get in touch with you if they have any further queries. So thank you so much, Rashi, for your wonderful
Thank you so much, Sakshi-san. Thank you so much, Kushi-san, and everybody for the opportunity to talk a little bit about my university. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So this marks the end of our webinar, and thank you to all the panelists and attendees for participating in today's webinar. The recordings of the webinar conducted earlier are uploaded to the University of Tokyo office website, and the link is also shared in the chat box. For more information about the Japanese universities, you may please join in for our upcoming webinars, for which I will be sharing the QR code shortly. You could register by scanning the QR code on this page. Also, please feel free to contact the university personally for the additional information. And once again, thank you so much for attending the webinar. And we hope to see you in the upcoming webinars. And lastly, I would like to share my screen for the QR code for the upcoming webinars. So if you could kindly take a screenshot. I hope you can see my screen. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and hope to see you in our upcoming webinars. Thank you so much.